Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know we are buying stocks and adding assets to the portfolio. So far, it looks like we have a green day today at 0.17% up. For the week, we are up just about 1% or $121. For the month, we are up $1,480 or 13.08%. And for the last 3 months, we are up 6.87% or $822. So let's dive into it. Let's see where we're at. Let's see what stocks we're buying and how the account's looking. We are at the end of the month. It is the end of November, and so we will take a look at some of the dividends that we have gotten this month and what assets we are going to be buying today. If you are new here, this is a dividend-only portfolio. My goal with this portfolio is to grow it to a $150 a month pure passive dividend income. And I am doing it through monthly dividend stocks and quarterly dividend stocks. So, all right, so we have the buying power of 4,000, just over 4,000 here. We have some Mara put options out, and I'm using the margin buying power on that because it is completely free as long as I don't get assigned. These are pretty safe Mara puts at the 8.5, and Mara is currently sitting at 12.14. So definitely going to be expiring worthless this week, or I can roll them down and out. Just depends, kind of waiting to see what the market does. That's $50 added there. And for the month, we are up $133 in options income for this account, all on free money. So we love to see that. That's an extra $133 that can go into dividend stocks and can help turbocharge the account. The backbones of the account, as you know, each and every single week, we buy SCHD and VTI, $5 a day, every single day on auto purchasing. As you can see here, the VTI reoccurring purchase, and we have 6 shares of VTI. Dividends are going to be coming in December for that, but this is 10% of the portfolio. We're up 7% on that. And then SCHD, same thing. We have the $5 reoccurring purchase, 44 shares, 23% of the portfolio, and we are break even on that. Good to see SCHD back. Over the last week, it's up 52 cents. Over the last month, it's up 6%. So that's a big reason the account has been moving. But we just kept buying. So those are the two backbones to the account. We're going to continue adding to those each and every single day, and we're going to keep building this dividend portfolio. So let's take a dive and look at how we did for the month. We still have one more. Let's take a look here. We still have one more dividend that hasn't come in. That's Devo. That usually comes in on literally the last day of the month, so we won't get that. But we'll review it next week when it comes in. As of right now, we're at $115, basically $116. And we got really close to last month, which is good. And we continue to add assets. So next month, we are hoping to have a great month, hopefully $150 month, as it is the last month. You're the last month of the year, and I would love to hit my goal of the 150 so that we can get on towards the $200 a month. So that's where we're at for November. October 123, September 143, and December we already have PSEC coming in at $2.47 as that dividend has been declared, and we'll keep growing. So you can see the trajectory of the account since we started in February at $0 by just adding that $100 to $200 every single week. And we're just slowly growing. Obviously, the quarterly dividend paying months, the ones highlighted in red up here, are always going to be the highest as SCHD and VTI come in. But as we get into 2024, I may make a couple of changes. And what I mean by that is I may add some more quarterly dividend paying stocks. Just to give the account a little bit more balance, may get rid of some positions. I know I've been looking at PSEC and AGNC as ones that I'm not particularly loving. I think O is going to continue to bounce back, which is realty income. So I'll probably continue to add to that one as one of my favorite monthly dividends. But yeah, we may make some changes going into 2024. Here's a breakdown of where the dividends are coming in. Kind of hard to see. But yeah, it just gives you, you could tell that a bulk of the funds are coming in from TSLY, JEPI, JEPQ, and then obviously on the quarterly statements, the SCHD is coming in hot. So those are the dividends for the month. Always love to just check the spreadsheet out. Let me jump back in here. And if we want, we can always go to the dividend history, right? We've gone through this before, but these are the dividends in the brokerage account. All of them are set to reinvest. As you can see, all these November dividends These are all reinvested, which is drip, right? Some of them we can't reinvest, like FBY and GOOY, because it requires you to buy one single share at a time. And so when I'm getting paid $337 or $273, it's not enough to buy a full share. And so that is the reason for that. PSEC reinvested, SCHD reinvested, GLAD reinvested, PSEC reinvested. So everything reinvested there. That being said, let's jump into it. I want to buy some more stocks today. And one of the stocks I wanted to buy, even though I'm buying it each and every single day, I wanted to add a little bit more SCHD here. So we're going to come in, we're going to do our regular $25 like we do each and every single week. Gonna buy us another 3.34 shares. This will boost our income for next month as we get the dividend, but just wanted to add a little bit more to SCHD to show a little bit of love this week. Rather than the 25, it's going to be getting the 50, 25 from that investment, and 25 from the auto. So there's another 25 in the SCHD. Backbone of the account. The next one, I want to give QQQY a little bit more. I know we added to it already this month, but I want to add a little bit more to it. So we only have 0.75 in the account. Was trying to get it closer to the 1% mark. So I'm just slowly adding to this a little bit. The dividends are pretty sweet on this one. We'll see how the fund actually performs long term, but I think we actually already have a dividend. Is it declared yet? No dividend declared yet. So we'll see next month how QQQY goes. But that gets us closer to the 1%, right? We have 6.93 shares, $128 of market value. And right now we're up 1.8% on this. So QQQ, and then two of the other semi-backbones to the account, JEPI and JEPQ. These give me exposure to the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. These are, again, covered call ETFs. But for me, I just want to add to these just because it gives me overall exposure. These ones don't move a whole lot. I mean, if we look year to date, we're literally flat year to date on JEPI. And JEPQ, we're probably up a little bit year to date if I were to guess. Yeah, up 19.83%. For the 1 year, 12.93%. And for the past 5 years, I guess the fund only came out in 2022, but pretty much flat. So these are a good backbone to the account. They're pretty flat, but they do pay the dividends at each and every single month. We have 8% of the portfolio on this one. We are up 7.5%, so I'm going to be averaging up, but we don't care as dividend investors. We just stack assets each and every single week. We don't really care about the share price. And boom, just like that, 25 added. And let me grab this. So we averaged up on that. Let me see what that price was that we paid. $49.36. So added there. We added back on the 15th. We added on the 9th. So we added quite a bit this month. $75 on JEPQ. And then JEPI, we're going to add a little bit more to as well. So we're going to go ahead, go in here, buy $25. It's going to buy us basically half a share. And $54.56. So another $25 into this one. We are break even on this one as well. But yeah, that brings us to 7% of the portfolio. So we have 7% there at $1,000. JEPQ is sitting at 8%. So that's, almost 16% there. VTI, another 10%. So that's 26%. So almost 50% of the portfolio in these four positions. And the reason why I like that is SCHD gives me exposure to 100 dividend-paying stocks. VTI gives me exposure to the entire market. JEPI gives me exposure to the S&P 500, and JEPQ gives me exposure to the NASDAQ 100. So right there, we got a good portfolio position in a good chunk of the stock market. I think long term it'll do well for us. And then the rest we can focus on more of the higher yield, higher dividend paying funds, such as or any of those yield max funds, which we will be adding to most likely next week. The biggest position we have on these yield max funds is TSLY. This one pays a pretty crazy dividend, usually between 4 and 5% a month. Last month it paid us $30, $28. So we love to see that. But yeah, the assets keep stacking each and every single week. The account is growing. We're almost at 13,000. We should hit 13,000 as long as the stock market behaves by the end of the year, which I love to see. But yeah, that's where we're at for the account. That's the update for November. And the assets keep growing, the share positions keep growing, and the dividends keep growing. So let's get to that 150 by the end of the year. and then we'll set goals on the next target. Love the dividend approach. Love investing each and every single week. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to drop me a like. Comment if you see some other funds I should be adding in 2024. And we'll catch you next time. Happy investing.